Hey guys, Jack here, bringing you a nice little video interview from Gamescom 2013. We were given the opportunity to sit in with Jessica, the community manager of Bioware, and also some Bioware developers that are working on the next Mass Effect and also Dragon Age Inquisition. The guy asking the questions on the left is my friend Calvin. He runs a website called God is a Geek. He's also just started his own YouTube channel, which you can check out in the description. Plenty of great questions here. We also discussed tomato ketchup at one point. I'll see you on the other side.
Yeah, so thank you guys for coming, and I will let the devs introduce themselves because every time I introduce them, no matter how close we are, I am always afraid I'm going to mess up someone's name. Every time. So that's me.
I'm Justin Young. I'm a programmer at Bioware Edmonton. Was working on the Mass Effect franchise. I'm currently on the new unannounced IP. That's it.
I'm Rodrigue Pralil. I'm the lead character artist on the new Mass Effect, and I was also the lead in Mass Effect 3, and I worked also on Mass Effect 2.
I'm Melanie Faulkner. I'm a producer on Dragon Age Inquisition.
And I'm Jonathan Perry. I'm the cinematic director for Dragon Age Inquisition.
So which Mass Effect are we working on at the moment?
The next one? Nice try.
The one that's not called 4.
Yes.
So are we revealing if it's a prequel or what kind of?
We can't see it at the moment. It's still too early to announce it.
So the first 3 in the trilogy were obviously massive games for this generation. How are you going to change it going forward into the next trilogy?
But with next gen, everything is gonna get bigger. We plan to improve all the customization system, all the RPG element. We want to take everything that was there in Mass Effect 3 and just bring it to the next level, and also bring a lot of ideas that either didn't go into Mass Effect because we couldn't do it at the time because of technology or time constraint. Now we finally have the opportunity to bring all these massive, ideas and creative, input from the team and put it for the next Mass Effect.
Okay. So, what lessons, specifically, have you learned from 1, 2, 3 that are going to affect how you change your development strategy for 4 or whatever you're calling it?
That it's a really big game. When you give the choice and you have a save that go from 1 to 3, the branching at the very first game, it's just 1 or 2 choices. But when we are on the third one, the whole tree becomes gigantic, depending on all the choices and depending if you are playing, a male or female or the type of class and the choices that you made. So I think we are gonna be smarter about how we handle it, and that will allow us also to focus more on other parts of the game.
But are you sticking with the established format?
I can't go too much into detail right now. Things are gonna be, explained in the future. Mass Effect worked very well as it was, so it's definitely gonna be the base of what's gonna be coming next.
And one question from our community, which was, can we see the trilogy on Vita?
On the what?
On the Vita, PS Vita.
I don't know about this. I don't know. I don't know if there are any plan about that. I couldn't tell.
Okay.
Who are you the guys who tweeted me last night who was like, PS Vita,
I
PS
wasn't
Vita? Then that was just a coincidence. It was 4 tweets in a row. It's okay.
There is a community in the UK called the PS Vita Lounge or the Vita Lounge, and every single game that when we release, why is it not on Vita? And I'm like, I'm just a messenger. I will try and find out for you. Long delay. You haven't found out anything. I'm still waiting.
Sorry, I'm playing Sonic Chronicles right now.
It's funny because people moan about ports, but then when there aren't ports, people are like, oh, please port the games.
Yeah.
So going across to Dragon Age, I jumped in at Dragon Age 2. I loved the game. But there's very much 2 different communities between Dragon Age 1 and Dragon Age 2. How do you plan on combining them for Dragon Age Inquisition?
Dragon Age Inquisition, it kind of gives us a chance to bring the best of both together because we do have very vocal fans and we love their feedback. And so we've been able to take the best things of Origins, like character or story reactivity, playable races, customization, and the best things of DA2, like the reactivity in combat, and bring that all into Inquisition, put it together, and then build on that.
So internally, how was the backlash received that came from the DA1 fans that played DA2 and weren't happy with the direction?
Well, it hurts a little bit. You work really, really long hours. You don't see your family, and you put everything into this game that you want and hope and think is going to be as good as the last one. And so yeah, when the fans don't love it like you hope they are going to, that it hurts, but it gives us the opportunity to take what they're feeling and saying and put it into the next one.
So did that affect your development approach going forward?
I don't know if it would affect it that much differently than it did before. You might, you were on Origins too, so you might be able to speak to that a bit better.
It certainly influences kind of the decisions we make about the new features that we want to put in, and kind of the gameplay elements that we put in based on fan feedback. So, I think to speak to the previous question, we were a little bit surprised at how polarizing it was. But then we got a lot of great feedback. We were able to go through just hundreds, if not thousands, of these pieces of feedback and figure out how we can address those with the new game, so that we, in a lot of ways, make sure that we can accommodate both players. Because some people really like, say, the combat is a lot faster, more fluid, a lot more reactive, but some wanted a more tactical, strategic approach. So looking forward, we think of, okay, well, how can we accommodate both of these players in the same game?
I think one of the most understated parts of DA2 was the voice cast. It had an amazing cast, like Eve Miles, Kate Mulgrew. Who have you got lined up for the new game?
We're still actually casting a lot of characters. We haven't at this point announced any of our major characters, other than the returning characters that we know of, so Barrick and Cassandra. We've announced Gideon, but I don't think we've announced who her voice actress is. So there's a couple of old, and Morgan, of course, and Claudia Black will be joining us again. So there are a couple of announced characters, but otherwise we haven't announced any other of the voice actors.
Okay. Speaking of actors, you had an amazing collaboration with Felicia Day. Anything like that in the works?
That was awesome. I actually went to go shoot mocap with her. She's so passionate about Dragon Age. It's just really fun to work with talent like that. I would love to do more stuff like that in the future. At this point, I can't say if we have anything planned, but we really love collaboration with artists who kind of bring that stuff to the game.
Yeah. And our community question for you guys is there a DA MMO in the pipeline at all? Because the Grey Wardens kind of lends itself to that genre really well.
That's interesting. Nobody's ever asked us that before.
That's the first time.
Unfortunately, we can't comment on any plans for a possible MMO.
Would you like there to be one?
I think that it's interesting allowing people to play the game together. And I think if you look at, let's say, Mass Effect kind of expanded into this multiplayer universe, and that worked really, really well. So a lot of fans are passionate about the game, so allowing them to play together is something that we really enjoyed with the Mass Effect franchise, and Tor obviously had a lot of big fans as well. So the other thing that I wouldn't know how to answer technically is like Frostbite, to my knowledge, hasn't done an MMO, so what would be required for that? So at this point, wouldn't be able to comment too much on any of those details.
That'd be exciting though.
Could be. Yeah. I like the idea of Grey Wardens and mages versus Templars. That could be pretty fun. A little team deathmatch or something.
If you don't mind, we do this little thing where we'd like to pan each of you and ask you the same question, which is it's a very important question for our community. So we'll start with you.
No. You can tell me the question first.
So, tomato ketchup, fridge or cupboard?
Sorry, what's that?
Yeah. Tomato ketchup, fridge or cupboard?
Oh, I don't even eat ketchup. Ketchup is
Oh.
gross.
That's controversial.
Sorry, in the bin. In the bin. That's my answer.
And yourself?
Well, in the cupboard before I open it, and then once I open it, I put it in the fridge.
That's the right answer.
So it was ketchup and
Fridge or cupboard? Where do you keep it?
I don't have any ketchup at all. I'm French or more mayonnaise guy.
Bioware or anti-ketchup?
Fridge for me.
Okay. You all got it right, that's fair enough. We might as well get you as well.
Fridge.
Yeah.
Fridge.
You're just saying that because I said that's the right answer.
No, I didn't hear your lovely British accent. That's all. That's all I hear. And your shoes. Oh my
Oh,
god.
thanks, yeah.
I was trying to like sneak a picture of them. I was like, I can't be rude. I'll have to get that afterwards.
That would go cool with your amazing leggings.
We do have tomato flavored potato chips in Canada, which is something new to me as an American.
Yeah, ketchup chips. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, I don't know. They taste like barbecue, but it's weird.
It don't taste like barbecue.
No, barbecue's way better. It don't taste anything like barbecue.
No, they really don't. They taste like the gross ketchup from McDonald's.
I think that about wraps up our questions.
What a strange way to end this. It was delightful.
Thanks anyway for your time, everyone. That was
Yeah.
great.
Oh yeah, no problem.
So now that we're off the record, what is the new Mass Effect?
It's still recording. There we go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one. Some interesting snippets about the next Mass Effect and also Dragon Age Inquisition there. Make sure you go and check out Calvin. His link is in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next one.